Welcome back. Today we are planning the week in my hemlock and oak. Let's see how last week went. Here's last week. I love how it turned out, of course. After the pen always looks better to me, I've mentioned before. So it's the very first week, week one of 2025, and it was very productive and I enjoyed it. One thing I want to work on though is planning the whole week. like I'll write every day until about here, and then I'll have to catch up. And I need to make time to write the rest of the days every day. Um, but yeah, I've been working away and working on some more goals I want for the year, which I'm going to do a little tally thing here this week and see if it helps for some of my goals. I've seen people do it with the tiny icons, especially Helen from Coffee Monsters Co. And so I definitely wanted to give it a try. I think this week's going to be a really simple spread. I'm just looking for wintry, pretty. Um, and so I have these snowy blooms that are from my new release. I love the blues, purples, and such. And then I have wintertime quotes that will go well with it, and some washi. Perfection. So, okay, so I mean, it's just going to be pretty basic this week. Some washi, some stickers, and some quotes. Whatever works, right? So, last week I worked on getting the release out for the new release. Last week I was so thrown off. Like, with the kids home, they finally went back to school today. The kids home and Forrest's regular third day off. Forrest, my husband, he has 3 days off every week. Um, Depending on the route he has, he gets another day off. He's had Friday before, he's had Monday before, but right now he has Thursdays off. So it's Saturday, Sunday, and Thursday. And then if there's a holiday, he gets that day instead of his day off. So that throws me off completely. By Wednesday, I have no idea what day it is. And then, like, okay, I'm going on 4 years with my shop, and never ever have I ever forgotten to do something for the release. Put the new listings on the website, send out the new release email, yada yada. And this week, I was so distracted, I completely forgot I had a release until Thursday at 9 o'clock at night. And I was like, oh my gosh. Not only did I not remember I had a release, because Monday I did the reveal. Usually Monday I do a reveal for YouTube, and then Wednesday I do a quick Instagram reel reveal just to cover all my bases. And I completely forgot to do it. It was New Year's Day. We went to the Kings game. Completely forgot. And not only did I forget, it never occurred to me until the next night when I was doing the listings and stuff for the shop that I never revealed it. I was so thrown off, so scrambled. I was distraught. I was like, what is happening? I lost all sense of time. But luckily, because you guys are amazing, the release went off without a hitch, normal. Uh, Orders were great. You guys are great. Everything was fine. But that was the closest I've ever come to completely forgetting and not putting a release on the website before the time. Oh my gosh, I hope that never actually happens, but it really scared me. So I'm very happy about this week and the kids going back to school and Forrest being back on a regular day and no holidays and no visitors and everything finally getting all the way back to normal. I'm very, very excited about it. Very grateful that we're getting back to the usual. So we've got the grid washi. The grid was a really big fad a couple years ago, and I don't know, it you don't see it as much, but I still love it. It's like a classic pattern, but not like dots and stripes. It adds a little interest. I dig it. So we'll put some flowers here. And Let's stick this in to make a little, I don't want this leaf showing because it already has that color leaf. So let's see if I can get this peeking out a little bit. There we go. No. Let's see. More down like this. There we go. Okay. And then I always don't leave room for my quote. Well, here's a perfectly fit one. Sweater weather is better together. Oh my gosh, it was made for it. Weather here in LA has been not right. We still have not had any rain, which worries me because I live up in a hilly area that is prone to wildfires. And so it's always a little nerve-wracking. And then to make it even more nerve-wracking, we have a windstorm. Never ceases to surprise us, the weather in LA. Like people say, oh, there's no weather. Yeah, there's no weather in LA to a point, but then every now and then some freak thing will happen and you're like, what? I thought we had no weather. Like a couple of years ago, we had a hurricane in LA. And then it was hilarious because that same week we had an earthquake. So right now we're having a windstorm. And I mean, on one hand, you're like, thanks for the warning. But on the other hand, it's like, wow, way to terrify all of us LA natives or people in LA who are not used to weather, because they released like this warning yesterday and we're like, dangerous, life-threatening windstorm. Life-threatening, they put. And it said, stay away from windows. I was like, what? How bad is this going to be? And I mean, that made me a little nervous. And it's definitely windy. And they said it might get to speeds of 80 miles an hour. What? Whoa. And so, I mean, it's fascinating because it's like, wow, it's going to be weather. What's going to happen? It almost always disappoints. And already it's kind of like, this is it. It's windy. Because we get something called the Santa Anas. If you've seen The Holiday, you know. It's what Jack Black talks about. It's a real thing. It's not just for the movie. I don't know about it being a sign of change, like he says, or whatever, but there's definitely the Santa Anas in LA. And this windstorm is nothing more than the Santa Anas to me. That's what it feels like. So I don't know what they're talking about. But hopefully everyone is safe and nothing terrible happens. I hope it stays underwhelming. But like I said, we haven't had any rain, like any. I think we had 2 days in November or something, and it wasn't heavy at all. It was like sprinkles. Where is the end of this? And so what? There it is. And so yeah, that's what makes me nervous. And apparently some of the power, one of the local power, Water and Power, which is not what we have, is saying they're gonna shut power off. Just not regardless of if the wind knocks out the power, they're going to shut it off for safety, because in Southern California there have been fires caused by static and the wind, and then like a transformer or something has a spark, and then it's catastrophic. So they're going to turn off power just in case. So people are really excited about that in my area who have that power company. So this is the excitement. Kids going back to school, wind, and yeah, it's wild. Because again, we don't know. We're not used to this stuff. So what else is happening? The boys went back to school today. In our area, we have a lot of Armenians, and a lot of them celebrate Christmas on the 6th. I know that's also a day in other religions and other holidays. I can't remember. King's Day or whatever. And so when I was a kid and went to the local school, we still had school and no one came. No one. Like, it was so dead. And so now that I have kids, they finally realized, oh wait, maybe we should make it a holiday. And so that's a day off. And they went to school today instead of yesterday. Um, I'm so glad to be back to normal. And then a little update for Avery. You know, her health, my daughter's health is not good. She's getting a little better. She started some treatments. We have never gotten an official diagnosis, but we're operating like she has endometriosis, which is horrific. It runs. I have a cousin who has it. I found out through this, and it's really been really hard for her, for Avery. And so last semester she had so many absences because of pain, because of whatever, and we were going to get a 504 plan, and we went back and forth, and then they suggested independent study, and she decided that's what she wanted to do. So she starts that. We went through all the paperwork to transfer, because she actually has to transfer out of her high school and go to this other school that's all digital. It's interesting because I remember independent study when I was a kid, and I talked to a friend of a friend the other day about it, and she had done it, and she said that back in the, well, I guess it was early 2000s for her. She said you would have to go to the school and pick up. Oh no, it is so crooked. Oh well, I guess that's what I have to do because I put that white stuff behind it. It'll pick it up if I peel it. Yay, that was super easy and cute. So anyways, it used to be you had to go pick up like packets at school every week for your assignments, and now it's not the same as, they made sure to say, they're like, it's not the same as quarantine. They said it's not Zooms with the teacher teaching you and you have to be on the computer at a certain time. It's what was I thinking? Oh, it's kind of like homeschool, but it's all self-paced, and well, not self-paced, but self-motivated. And so they learn everything online through different platforms, and then they go into the campus once a week to take tests and stuff. And it's interesting, to say the least. She's looking forward to it. She's very excited about it. There was just so much pressure on her for she felt a lot of pressure being absent, and her grades definitely took a hit. So she's excited to try this and is hoping it'll work for her while we get treatment and get the pain and everything under control. Okay, so what I was doing here is what I talked about. I want to do some like intentions, like it says, and track the days that I do what I'm hoping to do. So this one is read. I started a new book. Let me not go on that tangent. I'll mention the book in a minute. Hopefully I'll remember. Oh no, one of these came off. I want to read every day. I want to journal every day. That's what I'm using this little fountain pen thing for. And last but not least, I want to do my Duolingo every day. So I didn't know which icon. I mean, there's not a little owl for the icons, so I figured I'd use this little speech bubble for it. So if you don't know, I'm half Mexican, and not even my dad was taught Spanish as a kid. Growing up in East LA, his parents wanted to assimilate, and so he was never taught Spanish. He can get by, and sometimes it's hilarious to watch him try to speak Spanish at a restaurant to a Spanish speaker, and then they think he can speak more than he can, and then they start talking fast or start saying stuff, and then he doesn't understand anymore. He's like, oh crap. And so he never learned, but he gets by. My aunt, his sister, went to school and learned it fluent at school. My older sister also did that. And I've always wanted to at least have some conversational abilities. I mean, I took it in high school, so when I started Duolingo, I had a head up on it. Like I already knew what I was going to do and stuff. And what was I saying? So anyways, I want to do Duolingo every day, get at least a little bit of conversational. I don't know how much Duolingo can really make you fluent or really teach you, but when I started, it was nice because I already started with tenses and stuff that I already knew. So anyways, let's write the days of the week. We're going to start on Monday. There we go. And then I could put a little tick on each one. And I'm hoping that if this works and it keeps me motivated and reminds me every day when I open my planner, then I could add a couple more once I get these under control. I don't want to do too many goals and then not be able to finish what I want or complete one, you know? Okay, also, the book I've started is Cher's memoir, part one. She is so amazing that she has to have a two-part memoir, and so far I'm obsessed. I already was obsessed with Cher for years, and reading it, I'm just like, wow, like it's it makes her life seem really boring and insignificant, but it's really interesting to read for sure. Okay, so let's fill out yesterday. The last day the kids were off, we decided to go to the mall. They need some new shoes and stuff. We were on our way to the mall, and Forrest was like, "Why are you going to the mall? You just had Christmas." And I was like, "Well, they need new shoes." And he's like, "Why didn't they get them for Christmas?" I'm like, "Because shoes aren't a Christmas thing." I'm like, unless it was like a super wild um like expensive fancy pair of shoes, I wouldn't get them for a gift. That's just me. If it's just regular shoes like what they need, then it's a necessity and not a gift. I don't know. Okay. Okay, I did a little bit of packing and shipping, and then I cleared out all the orders that I had prepped for packing and shipping, and now I'm on to other stuff. Yesterday, we then went to the mall with the kitties. I took them. I mean, let's see if there's see a cute mall. There's shopping sticker. We have shopping bags. We have online shopping. That's more online shopping. Then I have these back here that I got forever ago, and every now and then I remember I have them. So Coffee Monsters Co. every now and then makes little sticker books. I regret only getting one at the time of each, but I use them. I know a lot of people don't use them, but I'm going to get Blue Shop. But I use them, and they're cute, and I love them. It's just the essentials, so it's like the basic shopping stuff. I mean, stickers that a lot of people use. Okay, we did the mall. Then I took care of the post office when we got back. I have a little envelope that I like with the tiny icons that I like to use for emails. And then I have these packages that I use for the post office. And then I also watered the plants. Have to water them so much less in the winter than usual that I forget. And then I have a couple that I need to repot. Who's a plant expert? I'm like, what's it called? Intermediate plant? not expert, not a novice. Anyways, but I read everywhere that repotting plants should be done like in the spring so it's warm and so it's not such a shocking thing. I have at least 2 plants, I think 3, that really need to be repotted, like really badly. They're still doing okay, but I can tell they need to be repotted. But it's winter, and I'm like, should I wait a few more weeks? Or because I live in LA and it doesn't actually get that cold, even though they're right against a window, can I just do it now and it'll be fine because it doesn't actually get that cold? I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, then Forrest came home and we watched Black Doves. Have you guys been watching that one? Um, it's on Netflix. It's with Keira Knightley. So let me tell you, as we've gotten older, Forrest and my TV taste has really diverged. And we used to watch like everything together, and now it's like, no, no. It's mostly me that I can't watch his shows, but there are some of my shows that bore him. Um, but as he's gotten older, he's been like, I need more action. I need action. And it's like, dude, it's like my gramps. My gramps only ever watched like John Wayne and crazy shoot 'em up movies. What was that one guy that had all the shoot 'em up movies? Not Clint Eastwood. He watched Clint Eastwood too. The one guy who could like catch a bullet. I don't remember. Anyways, Forrest is becoming like that. And I cannot watch that stuff all day, every day. And so, but Black Doves intrigued me enough. It's on Netflix with Keira Knightley that I started watching it with him. And so far, so good. It's only 6 episodes, and I think we're on the third. So, okay. And then last night we had sandwich things. Oh, I forgot. I got new dishes. Like I had all our plates and bowls and stuff we got when we got married, and they did not hold up. I mean, they're fine, but we have really, really hard water here, so they kind of taken a beating over the last 17 years. So I finally ordered all new plates and bowls, and they're super cute. Okay. Wash, put away dishes looks like I just did the dishes, but I never write doing the dishes in here, so it's not the same. Then I think that's it. That's all I did yesterday. Then the kids watched wrestling while I tried to work. What did I do last night? Oh, I had to draw a couple things real quick. See, this one looks like the journaling one and a fountain pen, but this is a pencil that I use for like drawing for work. Okay, and today the kids went back to work, school. And again, because I live in LA, I don't have like any weather stickers. Like, I think about it sometimes. I'm like, oh, should I get a weather sticker? I'm like, we don't have really weather. But then when something crazy like today with the winds and stuff, I'm like, oh, I really wish I had like a windy sticker. But it's so few and far between. I doubt I'll ever actually get any. So the kids went back to school. I'm pretty sure Luke has football today, but oh yeah, he does. He took his stuff. Back to regularly scheduled stuff. I love it. So, it's one of those things where it's like sometimes it's so monotonous, and then other times and you're like, ugh, I need a break. And then you get a break, like the holidays. Here we get 2.5 weeks. Uh, and then you're like, wow, I really need everything to get back to normal now. Okay. Okay, let's put filming. I love my pink YouTube video, YouTube icon, but it's too pink for this spread. So let's do, I have this one, film. I have this one that says edit. I mean, edit always comes with filming, but you have to film first, so I don't know. Okay, then we always put a little camera to remind me to post on Instagram. And then after I get the video all posted and stuff, I have to do more printing and cutting. The printing and cutting never ends. I really wish I had more printer options. I have a couple from Planner Kate, but I wish I had a printer from Coffee Monsters Co. or some kind of printer, something to indicate printing and cutting. And then tonight we have steak and potatoes for dinner. Steak and potatoes. We never used to eat steak so much, and because Forrest isn't a big red meat fan, but Luke, my middle, has gotten obsessed with steak, and so we get it more often than we used to. Oh, I also need to order some stuff. So that seems like it for the week. Well, not for the week, but for today. And then later in the week, we have more football, nails in the morning on Friday. Yeah. Very exciting week to be back to normal. I mean, it's not actually an exciting week, but I am excited that it is so normal. Okay, so that was really quick. That was really easy. And I love how it turned out. I think it's cute. And I like that I switched from warm tones to blue tones. I think it's pretty relaxing. And I'm excited to fill it in on the day, the rest of the week. That's what I'm trying to do. And then my new little tracker. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.